December 21st, 2015, a date that would soon be etched into the history of spaceflight. Florida's coast is buzzing with anticipation. Hundreds gather along the shoreline, their eyes fixed on the horizon. Cameras ready, hearts pounding with excitement. A Falcon 9 rocket ignites, its engines lighting up the night sky as it lifts 11 satellites toward orbit. For many, it seems like a routine launch, until the unexpected happens, and history is made before their eyes. After stage separation, the first stage booster performs a remarkable maneuver. It flips in the vacuum of space, reignites its engines, and begins an unthinkable journey back to Earth. For decades, rockets were single-use machines. After their fiery ascent, they would either burn up in the atmosphere or crash into the ocean, lost forever. This was the expensive, wasteful norm that everyone accepted. But this night, SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, attempts the unthinkable, landing a used rocket upright for reuse. The control room is tense, every eye glued to the monitors, breaths held in anticipation. The world watches as a single bright dot appears in the night sky. It's not falling debris, but a controlled descent. The engines roar to life, guiding the booster back to its launch site with precision. 14 stories tall, the booster touches down gently, standing proud and steady on the landing pad. Spotlights illuminate the moment, revealing a machine that has defied expectations. In that moment, the paradigm of spaceflight shifts, cheers erupt, tears flow, and disbelief turns to awe. The impossible has become reality. The FAA, long accustomed to regulating disposable rockets, is suddenly faced with a new challenge, a reusable vehicle. It's a regulatory puzzle no one had solved before. Their rulebook, built on decades of expendable launches, is now outdated. The old ways of thinking no longer apply. This rocket launches like a traditional vehicle, but returns to land like something out of science fiction, a spaceship come to life. The success of Flight 20 sends shockwaves through the industry and government agencies. News headlines proclaim a new era, and experts scramble to understand the implications. SpaceX's achievement isn't just technological. It's a challenge to the very rules and assumptions that have governed spaceflight for generations. The FAA must now rethink safety, licensing, and oversight for a new era of reusable rockets. New questions arise. How do you certify a rocket that flies again and again? The world realizes rockets don't have to be thrown away. The age of single-use spaceflight is ending, replaced by a vision of sustainability and innovation. A new chapter in space exploration begins, with reusability at its core. The dream of affordable, frequent access to space is suddenly within reach. The Falcon 9's landing is more than a spectacle. It's a turning point, a symbol of what's possible when ambition meets engineering. The future of space just got a lot closer, and with each landing, humanity takes another step toward the stars. Reusability in rocketry isn't like washing a coffee cup. It's surviving the violence of launch, space, and re-entry, then flying again. Every component, from engines to landing legs, must endure brutal conditions repeatedly. True reusability means rapid turnaround at low cost, more like an airplane than a one-shot rocket. The space shuttle tried, but refurbishing it was slow and expensive. Most experts thought reusable rockets would be too heavy and inefficient. SpaceX challenged this, using modern materials and relentless testing. Each launch became a data-gathering mission, with public failures fueling rapid improvement. Their philosophy, fail fast, learn faster. This persistence turned skepticism into reality. SpaceX proved that rockets could be reused, revolutionizing the industry. The Falcon 9 is the backbone of this revolution, a symbol of how far space technology has come in just a few short years. It stands as a testament to innovation and ambition, reshaping what's possible in the world of rocketry. Standing 70 meters tall and powered by 9 Merlin engines, Falcon 9 is built for both power and reusability. Its towering presence on the launch pad is matched only by the thunderous roar of its engines, which deliver over 1.7 million pounds of thrust at liftoff. This combination of height, strength, and advanced engineering allows it to carry heavy payloads to orbit again and again. Its unique octaweb engine layout isn't just for show. It adds crucial reliability and safety. Even if one engine fails mid-flight, the mission can continue, ensuring precious cargo and crew remain safe. This redundancy is a game-changer for modern launches. After stage separation, the first stage doesn't just fall away. Instead, it flips, reignites its engines, and guides itself back to Earth, landing autonomously with pinpoint precision. This remarkable feat is now routine, but it was once thought impossible. Grid fins, like feathers on an arrow, steer the booster through the atmosphere, making tiny adjustments for a perfect landing. Just before touchdown, landing legs deploy, cushioning the rocket's return and preparing it for another flight. Every part of Falcon 9 is designed for multiple flights, from its heat-resistant paint that protects against scorching re-entry to robust engines that can be fired again and again. This focus on durability means each booster can be quickly refurbished and readied for its next mission. Falcon 9's versatility is unmatched. It launches satellites for global communications, resupplies the International Space Station, and even carries astronauts safely to orbit. No other rocket in history has achieved such a wide range of missions with such reliability. Its reusability slashes costs dramatically and increases launch frequency, making space more accessible than ever before. What once took months or years to prepare can now be done in weeks, thanks to Falcon 9's rapid turnaround. Customers from around the world now rely on Falcon 9 for routine, reliable access to space. From commercial satellites to scientific instruments, it's the trusted choice for missions of all kinds, launching from multiple sites across the globe. Falcon 9 is not just a rocket, it's the vehicle that made commercial spaceflight thrive, inspiring a new generation of engineers, scientists, and dreamers. Its success has sparked a new era of competition and innovation in the space industry. The era of disposable rockets is over. With Falcon 9, reusability is the new standard, paving the way for humanity's future in space. The FAA's rules were built for rockets that never came back. Their main job: keep people safe from falling debris. But Falcon 9 didn't create debris, it landed intact like a sci-fi spacecraft. The FAA had no playbook for this hybrid vehicle. SpaceX and the FAA had to invent new safety standards and risk assessments together. Each landing attempt required exhaustive data and analysis. The process became dynamic and collaborative, balancing innovation with public safety. The Falcon 9 forced regulators to evolve, enabling a new era of spaceflight. The first landing was a shock. What followed was a revolution. When Falcon 9's booster touched down for the first time, it was a moment that seemed almost impossible. A science fiction dream made real. The world watched in awe, realizing that spaceflight was about to change forever. SpaceX slashed booster turnaround from months to days, learning and improving with each flight. What once took a painstaking process of months, disassembling, inspecting, and rebuilding, was transformed into a streamlined operation. Teams of engineers and technicians worked tirelessly, refining every step so that a booster could be ready to fly again in record time. As of July 2025, some boosters have flown 25 times, an unthinkable feat. Each mission marking tells a story of risk, innovation, and relentless pursuit of reliability. The idea of a rocket flying dozens of times was once dismissed as fantasy, but SpaceX made it routine. Over 350 landings and 320 reflights have made launches almost routine. The sight of a rocket returning to land, once headline news, is now met with calm confidence. The extraordinary has become the expected. Starlink launches showcased rapid reuse with boosters flying again within weeks. The pace of these missions demonstrated not just technical prowess, but a new business model, one where rockets are tools, not expendable artifacts. In 2024, SpaceX averaged a launch every 2.9 days, unprecedented in the industry. This relentless tempo shattered old records and set new standards, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible in spaceflight logistics. Other providers see a dozen launches a year as success. SpaceX does that in a month. The scale of operations has redefined what it means to be a launch provider, leaving competitors scrambling to keep up. The FAA had to adapt, issuing broader licenses and streamlining oversight. Regulatory frameworks were rewritten, and new processes were created just to keep pace with SpaceX's ambitions. The sheer volume of flights proved reliability and built regulator confidence. Each successful mission reinforced trust, not just in the technology, but in the people behind it. SpaceX didn't just change rockets, they changed the tempo of the entire industry. Their relentless drive inspired a new generation of engineers and forced the world to rethink what's possible. The pace of progress compressed decades into a few years. What once took generations to achieve now happens in a single decade, with innovation accelerating at breakneck speed. The world's expectations for space access have been forever altered. Space is no longer a distant frontier for the privileged few. It's becoming a regular part of human experience. Routine launches are now reality. What was once a rare spectacle is now a familiar sight, quietly shaping the future of humanity's journey beyond Earth. Reusability slashed launch costs, making space accessible to more than just superpowers. Satellite companies can launch bigger constellations, scientists get more experiments in orbit. Frequent, affordable launches mean more risk-taking and faster innovation. Starlink's thousands of satellites are possible only because of Falcon 9's reusability. Ambitious projects like NASA's Artemis and SpaceX's Starship build on these principles. The dream space travel as routine as air travel, opening the door to Mars. Universities, startups, and developing nations can now join the space race. The barrier to entry has dropped for the entire planet. A new wave of space-based innovation is underway. The Falcon 9 didn't just lower costs, it democratized space. The space economy is open to all. Watching a rocket land itself is pure wonder, a spark for the imagination. For many, space was history. Now it's headline news. Falcon 9's landings, streamed worldwide, reignited excitement for space. Kids see engineers cheering and dream of joining them. The SpaceX effect is filling STEM pipelines and inspiring future innovators. Commercial competition is fierce. Everyone's racing to build reusable rockets. This drives costs down and innovation up, benefiting all. SpaceX's story is about challenging the impossible and daring to try. They've reignited our collective dream of exploration. Falcon 9's revolution is just the beginning. Starship, SpaceX's next leap, aims for full, rapid reusability, both booster and upper stage. Surviving orbital re-entry and landing will unlock massive, affordable space missions. Starship could drop launch costs by another order of magnitude, opening the solar system. We could build space stations, lunar bases, and send humans to Mars. Regulators are preparing for this next paradigm shift. Falcon 9 proved the impossible is possible, rewriting the rules of space. The sky is no longer the limit. It's just the beginning.